Yeah, of course. We said it a few times. Football is a result game, so we lost. Dortmund scored 3, we scored 1. That's then the fair result. The game was for both teams obviously very difficult. The circumstances, humidity, and that stuff. Wow. I think a few players after 5 minutes thought, "Wow, where are we here?" And so was the football what we played in the first half. It's quite difficult in a moment. Dortmund has exactly the same problems, but with these mixed lineups, to get kind of an organization, you saw this especially the first half. Yeah, it's Fabinho from position-wise, he should be the guy who organized it, but then with Adam Lallana around and Curtis Jones and the two wingers, it was not easy. So we couldn't really. The beginning of Dortmund was good. Then we controlled the game kind of, but we didn't create chances or something like that. Not a lot. But we scored a goal after a nice set piece. Set pieces were probably the most positive thing today. Second half we played much better against a completely different Dortmund side. Our pressing was much better. Dortmund tried to play football. It was what played us in our cards. If you want, it's exactly what helps us a little bit to do this. We won the balls, but we didn't do very good things with the balls we won. Surprise is that we scored the goal in the first half and not the second half. But we had the two big chances after set piece again with Tom Solanke and Joe Gomez. We had the big chance with I think Ojo. Daniel was in a few good moments, so we had these moments. I like the football, then we played there, and then we are completely. It's kind of we had 2 drink breaks, but that was not a drink break. But we did one without drinking, deep in our own half, around our box. Lost the ball again, had it back, then lost it again, and then Pulisic can go in the box, and it's a penalty. Dortmund scored a similar goal in the first game against City, so that can happen. We don't like it, but it can happen. It's easy to explain. And a day like this, you have to stay strong. You have to show kind of desire still or whatever, or kind of greed that you at least you want to have to keep the result at 1-1, and one moment we could have scored again. At this very tight offside situation. So I watched it back, we're both onside, so but we cannot change that anymore. It felt like that in a game. It would have been 2 big chances as well. I think James Miller alone in front of the goal. It doesn't help really, and I don't want to excuse that result, but that we had this situation, we didn't use them or couldn't use them. And then Dortmund scored a second, and the third was really then too much, and the fourth would have been possible after we lost the ball again. You could really see moral was then really down. We have to learn of it. That's how it is, and then to go again. That's it.
Neil, how's Joel Matip? Is it the same injury that he did?
No. No, it's not the same injury. It's another muscle, but it's a muscle. Obviously, it looks like hopefully only a little tear. Let's see, we cannot say more about that now, but that's of course the most negative thing about that day. That's not cool. Things like this can happen, but you don't want them to happen, and so it's maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow we know more. In this moment we only know that it was too painful to carry on.
Ashley.
You touched on yesterday, one, that you only got 25 minutes of sleep, so I hope you had a chance to get a little bit more than that, but also that Christian Pulisic has drastic room for development. You saw a bit of how dynamic he is and how dynamic you have some young players on both sides can be on the wing or throughout the pitch. What did you see particularly out of a young player like him who you're well acquainted with?
I didn't say anything new. He's just a bit older. Has a few tattoos more since I saw him last time. So he's a fantastic, skilled boy. Though it's not a surprise that he's in situations like this really strong, but that's nothing new for you. You watch America games, USA games, so that's what he's good in. He's a smart player. So yeah, can imagine. Unfortunately, USA needs more of these players. So one alone cannot do it. That's how it is. So don't put too much pressure on the boy. Then maybe you can have a few more of them, and then you can play very successful soccer in the future. You have enough people to do so. So if Belgium and Iceland can go to a World Cup, then you should be able to do that too. So a few more Pulisic, and then everything will be fine.
Okay, gentleman from Brazil.
Hello. I would like to evaluate Fabinho today. You said he was good and he organized the team. How can you say about Fabinho? And Alisson, he came here, he went to the players, he talked to you as well. How you think about Alisson coming to the team?
They're both very good. So that's why we got them. That's all. By the way, I said it's a moment a little bit too much for Fabinho to organize it all. So, but he will be there in a few weeks. It's all good. It was on a big job to do today. And Alisson, we said enough about him. We talk about him when he's back again in Liverpool, and then when he can work for us and play for us, then it's all good. But not today.
Simon Stone, then the gentleman behind it. Last
Jurgen, how would you assess Naby Keita's performance today? And is that where you would see him playing in the Premier League?
He can do much better, that's clear. We saw it, he was exhausted, but he was really done in the last few minutes when they scored a counter-attack. Usually Naby is fit and is around the situation. And I think it was the third goal, not sure. So he couldn't do it anymore. But football-wise, he's in a very good way because he's a natural skilled player in small spaces. These first few sprints are outstanding, few yards or meters are outstandingly quick. So that changed the situation a lot. He was good in the game, and then the last game was maybe the halftime was 10 minutes too long for him. Today, well, how was that? It was very intense for both teams. We trained this morning harder than we usually would do at a match day, of course, but that's how preseason is. We still could have won the game, but we didn't. So now we don't have to. We have now to talk about it because you ask questions, but we don't have to think too long about it.
In terms of him, do you think he will play in that position, or would you move him around a little bit?
You have any suggestions?
No, but I mean, how do you see him fitting into your team?
He's a creative midfield player with tactical wise really tactical discipline is a big strength of him usually, but he's doing the right things in the right moment. So that's how good players are. You don't have to tell him to. I don't want to give him 500,000 information. We got him because he is the player he is, and now we want to work with that. That means first of all we let him go and adapt to our system. Yes, I see him as an 8. He can play a 10 as well. Maybe he can play in the future a 6 as well. He played at Leipzig. He played as a winger. That's for sure not his best position, but he can play it because he has the speed for it, he has the football intelligence for it. But we see him as a creative number 8, playing the passes, making the runs with the ball because he's with the ball. He has the same speed like without. That's cool. I don't have a lot of player with this quality, so that's it. We know what he's good in, and we try to fit it in our game. But that should not be a big problem.
I'm going to finish, gentlemen, there, unless there's any final.
Daniel Sturridge, as we know, he's had a couple of tough years with injuries. He looks really trim and lean and fit at the moment, and he's been doing it on the pitch as well. What do you make of his performance, and is he okay? Because I saw he went down heavy today for a couple of minutes.
That was, I think, only a knock. I heard nothing now after the game about Daniel. So yes, he's in a very good shape. That's true. Very intense preseason so far, and he's part of pretty much all sessions so far. It looks really good. Who doubts Daniel Sturridge when he's fit? I don't. So that's no doubt about that. Really, outstanding player. But hopefully he can stay fit, and then the future is bright. So he's still young enough. It's not that he's 30-something, so he's mid-20s, so that's good, and he's experienced as well, and has this kind of natural arrogance, what you need on the pitch, that you don't start always new, like if something doesn't work, that you are then 10 minutes out of the game, or even worse, the full game, not involved anymore. He stays in the game, and he's always, it's good for us to have him around. You saw it today. The second half without Daniel would have looked completely different. So it was that good because we had Daniel in the right spaces, and he could lead the group with the ball, if you want. So that